Hey guys! Today I'm going over the Artsnacks PLUS box for July. The very first item out the box is Fabriano Hot Press Studio Watercolor Paper. 12 sheets, 9 by 12 inches, 140 pounds, 300 grams. Hot press paper is smoother and doesn't have the texture of cold press watercolor paper. I'm not a fan of hot press, but I'll give it another try. Here we have the Artsnacks exclusive and limited edition washi tape. The next item we have is a set of 3 Sakura Pigma Micron Pens in sizes 8, 10, and 12. I'm very happy to get these. I can never have too many pens. The snack for the month is double bubble gum. Unfortunately, I'm not a gum chewer, but I'll figure out what to do with this later. Now, on to the exciting part where I tear off this green tissue paper to see what's inside. Here is my Artsnacks sticker. I have a Marabou mixed media fluid arts brush. I have a flat brush. And these brushes are so common now. I'm surprised this retails for $5.80. You can go on Amazon and get a full set of these for a couple more dollars. I have a Crayons fine art graphite pencil. I'm very pleased that I received an H lead pencil. I prefer to use pencils in the H range when I'm drawing on watercolor paper because the lead creates light colored lines that can erase completely. This is the Marabou mixed media art crayon. It looks like a tube of lipstick, but anyway, this crayon is buttery smooth, wax-based, and suitable for wet and dry media. Last but not least, I have a Daniel Smith Extra Fine Watercolor in Phthalo Green. The first item I'm testing out are the Micron Pens. I don't know how many of these pens I own already, but I have a lot of them. Most of the pens I have are smaller in size, and I use them in my watercolor or marker illustrations, or I'll use them for fine details if I'm drawing something with my brush pen. I really like these large sizes. They create very thick, bold lines. I'm using the art crayon. It's very buttery, and you can create a watercolor-like effect when you add water to it, but I find that the color does not spread evenly when you add water to it. I decided to actually draw something with the Micron pens, so I chose to draw the piece of double bubblegum. I sketched with the H pencil first, and then I went over it with the Micron pens 8 and 10. Everything looked great until I decided to add the art crayon to it. I was so disappointed that the ink started to bleed. I couldn't believe it because these Micron pens are waterproof, and I use them all the time for my watercolor illustrations. I've never had that issue. So my theory is that maybe this ink bled because these pens are larger in size and they put out more ink, so it takes longer for them to dry completely. At this point, I'm doing a lot of back and forth. I draw some cacti. I don't want to paint them right away or else it will bleed, so I then decide to swatch the Daniel Smith watercolor. Daniel Smith is a high quality watercolor, but it did not look like that on this hot press paper. I've never been a fan of hot press paper because it's limiting. The paper absorbs quickly, so when you apply the watercolor, you can't do stuff like wet on wet, which is what I like to do. So once you put the color down on the paper, that's pretty much it. So I add a couple more finishing touches to the cacti. Then I decide to draw a little turtle, and I'm going to let the ink dry on that one. I think I'm lucky that I got the colors I did because at least blue and green are next to each other on the color wheel, and they can blend nicely together. One of the criticisms I hear about Artsnacks is the random color selection. I'm not sure how random it is, but I can understand the frustration of getting colors that are challenging to pair. Anyway, with this cacti, I'm just trying to get the values right, trying to create contrast. Now it's time to work on the turtle, and That's when everything starts to fall apart. I'll be honest with you guys, some months ago I got a pack of these art crayons from Palettefull Packs, and I hated them. I actually gave them away. I think these are good for children or anyone into mixed media, but I'm just not feeling this art crayon. I wish another tube of Daniel Smith was provided instead. And yeah, I don't like how this turtle's turning out. He's a hot turtle mess. So, when all else fails, we add highlights. Here's a quick look at my doodles, and now I'm off to do the final piece. I've decided I am not going to stress myself out about this month's art box. So far, I've loved everything I've received from Artsnacks, especially the box I received for June. But this month's box was mediocre. I think it was the art crayon that did it for me. Like I said, another Daniel Smith watercolor would have been great. I didn't like the hot press paper at first, but I realized I can use it for just ink drawings and maybe some alcohol marker illustrations. But yeah, this box just didn't do it for me, and I'm really hoping next month's box will be better. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. If you made it to the end of the video, put a fish or turtle emoji in the comment section. Check out the rest of my videos, and I'll see you soon. Bye!